Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for November 8th. We are currently looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair gapped down 14 pips at the open and has already retraced it. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 91.33, possibly as low as 89.00. Look for some resistance around 90.50 and look for some support around 89.61. Okay, let's switch over to the Euro-USD pair. This pair closed down on Friday, is moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 149.85 and possibly as low as 147.48. Look for some resistance around 149.16 and look for some support around 148.11. Now let's switch over to the pound-US dollar pair. This pair gapped up 56 pips. We are looking for it to close that gap prior to Friday's close. There's very high probability of that happening. We are looking for this pair to potentially move as high as 167.25, possibly as low as 164.20. Look for some resistance around 166.95 and look for some support around 165.15. Okay, now looking at the US Swiss, this particular pair closed up on Friday. It is moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially move as high as 1.0257, possibly as low as 10068. Look for some resistance around 10200 and look for some support around 10125. This pair did gap down 26 pips and it's already retrace that as it should prior to Friday's close. It did it fairly quick. Most of the time it does. Sometimes it takes all week. Now, as far as what I'm looking at, as far as news announcements, there's no significant news really being released, at least for tomorrow's session. What I am looking at, let me see if I can adjust the chart a little bit better. We're going to have to do it here. Okay, we have a potential for basically a head and shoulders type formation. We have the shoulders here, and we have the head, and then we have the shoulders. If you draw your trend line from this point to this point, we have a potential breakout, and if you notice, we're pretty much at that breakout, kind of gapped into it. So if we could have a potential breakout to the upside. Let me go ahead and draw my trend line, see if I can get a little bit closer accuracy as to where we should break out. Let's zoom in. Okay, pretty much at the high so far for this session. We have pretty much went 1 pip past this breakout line. I do believe if this pair moves higher that we could see it break out to the upside and move a pretty good distance. Let me show you exactly where I think it may break out to. Well, we have all this potential movement. I would draw your trend line or your horizontal line right here, and that would be about 30 pips. Might be a good place to go to break even. Of course, we have this area as well, which would be a little bit past that, of maybe 60 to 70 pips worth of movement. And then the next area, really, it's kind of wide open until we get to this support that will now be resistance at 168.86. So definitely look for it to potentially go that high. These head and shoulder formations can be very reliable, and they also can be very powerful as far as pulling in peps. So definitely take note of this and make sure to look for this trade. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.